FTW Broadcasting here. We bring you hot League of Legends action.
Yes, right. League of Legends action this time, sir.
That is right. I am MBD, and with me is our Chief Science Officer, Dr. the King of Town. Now, how did you get to be a doctor and a king all at once?
Well, when you're a king, you can pretty much be whatever you want, including a doctor, it turns out.
Oh, well, that's pretty interesting. And what you're seeing here is you're watching me and the King of Town. We're looking at both of us right here, me playing Nunu and him playing Garen. We are playing a ranked game here, and we thought you would enjoy this LOLcast. You would get some lols out of LOL. You see what I did there? Because we are just some of the worst League of Legends players you will ever come across. With probably 1,000 games under our belt, we should be better than we are. But we're not, and it's going to be a good time for you. And I want to say that in this beginning, our Soraka has been really try-hard since the game started, ever since, even in ban and draft area, she was saying, we need this, we need an AP, we need an AD, and she was correct, I'll say that, and you can see in the bottom chat that she's telling me exactly how I should be jungling, and she's telling me to go into their jungle and invade, which is not something I do very often. It's not the path I like to take, but I do generally will follow my teammates just because it's better to follow your teammates even if their idea is totally terrible, because everyone together is better than everyone against each other.
This is true. Teamwork is more important in this game. For those of you that haven't played League of Legends is a MOBA-style game, similar to DOTA. Some of you might be calling us noobs right now in easy mode because you may play Han, and that's fine. We're not here to hate. We're just here to have fun. We are noobs, so we're going to noob it up. Like Danny said, our tryhard ally Soraka was definitely giving me a little bit of grief over my champion select and also my item select at the beginning. I don't know if you were paying attention at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there in the chat. He was pointing out that I'm tanking, which of course I knew, and he was kind of questioning my item choice here, which is always a good start. That definitely will, foster camaraderie with your team if you talk trash about every single one of their decisions right off the bat.
Yeah, that is very, very important. And in all honesty, he is kind of right. The Dorn's Ring against a Vlad is not always the best choice. I would most likely go with Garen. I would go for the boots and 3 health pots in the solo lane, but we'll just see how well it works out. We see Adamir has actually went with the boots, Sight Ward, and health pot, which is a very interesting choice for Vladimir off the bat. And not a whole ton of a lot going on here. You can see me running around in the jungle here, not really knowing what my route is. Completely off my normal game aim, so I am now confused. So that's going to be a recipe for epic lols later. As we see in the middle here, we see Annie laning up against Olaf. So another interesting choice here. You don't ever really see Olaf lane, let alone mid.
No, Olaf typically spends his time in the jungle, but for some reason he's opted not to this time around.
Well, it would be that I think it's that they have a Nocturne jungling right now, and I do want to say I know you can only see one side of the map. I wish we could show you both sides. When spectator mode is out, we are going to be doing our best, or when replays themselves come in, we're going to be doing our best to show you some good stuff. But for now, we can just go with what we have here, and there's not a whole lot going on. And we see just mostly a little bit of passive laning, and there's harassment going on down below. Oh, we see King of Town is spinning to winning up top. Gotta love that.
Always with the spin to win. Spinning to win is how, well, Garen wins, of course. A couple things about the replay system we're using here. Like Danny said, it is imperfect in that you cannot see the opponent's map. You can't see where the enemy champions are. You can't see really anything about it. Also,
and we missed the first blood there. Annie just pretty much just opened up with on that Olaf. Not even I don't even think Annie's level 6 yet. I can't quite tell. Looking at my interface is a little smaller than I would like it to see, but I don't believe she's level 6 yet. And meanwhile, you see Nocturne's finally coming in over here. Yeah, it looks like Nocturne says level 1 on my screen, so the replay is a little screwy there. Nocturne's up on Annie. Annie's going to have to run away. Hey, what do you see?
I see something totally different. I don't think we're quite synced up here. I'm at 507 in the game.
You are much farther ahead of me. I'm at 450 at this point, so I suggest you pause it a little bit and try and catch up with me. Yeah, I will tell you when I get towards the 6 minute mark. Olaf is now back in the game, pushing I see level 1 on just about everybody Do you accept what you see in your lane? Most likely, that is the replay issue. King Town was the one who recorded this replay, so we only know what he knows.
Yes, this is true. You all notice the champion portraits on the left-hand side of the screen over here. These are all our allies. They do not really accurately reflect the health and mana that they have. Unfortunately, you will see people just lose chunks of their health suddenly. That is not necessarily an effect of the game. That is something that is, again, just a flaw in the replay. Unfortunately, like I said, it's an imperfect system, but we're going to work with what we have. We're noob players, so we may as well cast with a noob system.
That is an excellent point. And once we get more towards the middle of the game, we will see more of us all together. So you'll see things more accurate. Olaf did an excellent moonwalk there. As I come at 5:55 now. Oh, that was pretty impressive. I'm glad I got to see that. I'm going to focus mostly on the top lane here because that's where we actually see what's going on. We can actually see health going down. It looks like the harassing has been pretty non-existent. You're doing really well with 25 minion kills to Vladimir's 18 and 19, and there's no way ever that Vladimir should be losing in minion count to Garen.
No, absolutely not. He really has done a pretty piss-poor job of harassing me here. One of the things about Garen that a lot of people don't really take into account is his passive. His passive ability allows him to regain health just by standing around. Just don't get hit for a few seconds, you'll start regaining 0.5% of your life every second, which basically means that in 2 minutes you can go from 0 to full. So any harass he does is pretty easily mitigated by me just kind of going behind my minions and minding my own business. You see me getting jigged up here. He's getting pretty aggressive. The minions are getting pushed up towards my tower. Not that big of a deal for me, as I am a noob and typically don't really farm that well. So being on my tower doesn't really hurt my farm, and that you can't really hurt my farm any more than it already is. Yeah,
absolutely. And we missed anyone got another kill on Olaf with the good old Tibbers up. We missed that, unfortunately. Now she is going back. She's gone back. She's farmed up, got that catalyst. Very normal item for Annie. And as Vladimir is just attacking your tower, we see them Olaf talking. Here we go. We see spin to win. You drop the ignite on him. I'm tearing him up with the ultimate way early. Very nice with the early ultimate. But then the flash. Here it comes with the silence. Oh, into the pool.
Here it is.
Oh, and the easy kill. You get the ultimate on top of you, no problem, no damage really there. I want to point out the noobness. Here we go, down below. MF is in big trouble, getting chased down by Olaf and Soraka, and there's the axe throw by Olaf takes her down. Soraka not able to do enough healing to deal with Jax and Olaf, so a very nice gank here. Meanwhile, I'm getting chased down by Misfortune in the river here after grabbing the blue buff. I slow her down and speed myself up and roll on out. Akali can not do much to me at that point.
No, not yet. One of the things to remember here is that different champions have different strengths. Some champions are much better earlier in the game, and some champions improve in their effectiveness later in the game. So just because you have the advantage in the beginning here, it's not like in DOTA or HON where dying once sets your team way behind. These early kills are nice to get ahead, but unless you maintain that momentum, it's not going to be a big factor 10 or 15 minutes later.
Yeah, that is true. The game is much more forgiving than some of its predecessors. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. And as I'm not hearing any volume, we see a Nocturne going for a gank there. No good because I did put the ward. I am new, but I do know a little bit about warding, and I'm not very good in the jungle. But here you go. You see me going to try and gank Akali in the mid here, and we'll see just how awful a job I do. Oh, no, well, never mind. It doesn't happen.
It was such an awful job that you didn't even get the chance to attack. You backed up right as your opportunity would have presented itself. However, you do see this Nocturne coming in.
And there he goes. He takes the hit, and I pop my ultimate, which he immediately flashes out of, something that will happen with Nunu a lot. I come rolling in, and we start a big fight. I'm trying to get my snowball off on Akali. No dice there, and the Nocturne Affluent goes off. This ultimate freaks me out. I hate it so much. And I was running out. Don't know what's going on. As I chase down Nocturne, Annie gets Akali down, and I get Nocturne down. So sloppy as all hell, but successful in the end.
Yeah, something about Nocturne's ultimate for any of you who are not League of Legends players, it prevents you from seeing your allies unless they're actually in range of your vision. So you notice that Nunu there disappeared off the screen. That's because this replay was recorded as me, Garen, and I wasn't close to him. Makes sense. But I'm with you, Danny, in that it really kind of freaks me out and makes me scared of the dark all over again.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I think it's a really cool mechanic, and it's a great addition to the game, but it does freak me out. I hate it. And it's got that awesome sound effect.
It does have the awesome sound effect, which might be the scariest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I think so. You see, me and Annie were successful in taking down that turret, while Misfortune and Soraka are now working on that other turret, and I am running up the river in an attempt to gank Vladimir with you. Even though you only have a little bit of health, I think we can be successful here, and let's see how well this works out for us.
Well, we'll see. It's not looking good so far. You do manage to slow him, and he goes in the bushes. It appears we just call it off here. I unfortunately don't really remember this game, so may as well be a shoutcast.
Yeah, I think I remember this happening. Basically he just ran off, and we just called it a day, and I was just helping you farm, and I was probably thinking about going back, maybe harassing him a little bit. And luckily we have this ward here. I do remember this ward comes in handy as I clairvoyant and catch a Nocturne running through the woods, and I'm assuming that he's coming this way. You can only assume that he is, and I definitely remember we were on vent at the time, and I call you back, and we expect him. There he is. He's going to sit in the ward there, and we decide to. I think we decided to just charge at him. Oh no, we're going to be sneaky over here.
Oh yes, go around from the back. Something that you're very familiar with, my friend.
Oh, I get that joke.
Yeah, butt joke. It's very good, very classy, highbrow humor.
Yes.
Even though now they're not split up anymore, and there are two of them, we're still going to go in here. Nocturne at this point should probably turn around.
Yeah,
but
and
he
then
doesn't.
And then we're up on Vladimir. He pulls. You spin through him through the pool. Well, I get the absolute zero off as he drops his ultimate, and I think I am a little ahead of you. I end up dying to Nocturne, but we do kill Vladimir, and you have no choice but to run away as Nocturne can't chase you down. And in the end, you see Soraka apologizing. She was unable to get her ultimate, which is a global heal off on me. And then Jax comes up and looks like they're going to try and push the tower, but Annie is here as well, so Annie should be able to handle this no problem, as we're going to have another engagement here in the river. Is she going to show them her bare tibbers?
No, I don't think so. It probably would not have been a wise choice. Our positioning was way off. If I had left from the tower and headed over towards these triangle bushes here to meet up with Annie, we probably could have done something there. I looked a little low on health.
But it looks like you actually caught Nocturne here.
At the dragon. I'm sorry, at the golem here.
Yep, and very much you silence him. There's no flash. I'm not sure his flash was even up, but the silence, stun, that's the end of it. And then I'm going to take the golem. So, nom nom nom.
Always dangerous to try and take buffs from your opponent's side of the map when they're standing literally at the tower right next to it. So
yeah, that was probably one of the dumber things. I'm at a 13-10 right now. If you're looking as we're gonna go try and gank Vladimir again. Here comes the snowball, and you're going for the silence. We're up on him. He slows us, unfortunately, and there's just no way we're gonna catch him. That pool is just really, really obnoxious, and I hate it so much.
Yes. Again, for those of you who haven't played or aren't very good, the pool does make Vlad untargetable, so he goes into the pool. If you're in the pool, you get slowed, you take some damage, and of course you can't do any damage to him. So even though I was ready to hit him with my silence or spin to win or just whack him a couple times with that big old sword I have, it just wasn't going to work out because he was pooled.
Meanwhile, I was watching me and Annie deal with Nocturne and Akali in the middle, and it is really weird to watch it without the health bars. I did not realize this replay system was so screwy. I thought it was a little bit better than Akali has got Soraka in the river with that heal very nice. Annie's drops the Tibbers, throws her combo, and then they're basically forcing Nocturne to run. He's falling back to Vladimir as I come running in, and I'm gonna go for the slow. I get the Nocturne. He is slowed down. He's forced to flash away. It is really, really difficult to get away from Nunu with the blue buff. That is for sure. And the ultimate goes off. As you know, the Nunu ultimate, not so much about the damage as it is about the slow.
It is. It's really very much about crowd control. It's easy if you silence or stun Nunu in the middle of his ultimate, then he'll be silenced. It'll stop. It'll break the channel. But if you have them all slowed in a nice type group, something like Garen's spin to win, or the Mummy's ultimate, which is a big stun, big AoE stun, or just about anything that's AoE, you can really just devastate your opponents, even if they wind up interrupting the spell.
Yes, exactly. It's really it's used to protect carries and just slow things up and really muck up the team. You saw Annie saying she wanted to go home. because she was low health, but Soraka's like, I'm Soraka. And he's like, okay, really, I want to buy. The turret goes down. You see we have Jax seen by my clairvoyance here, or by Soraka's clairvoyance, and we're trying to decide whether we want to engage. We're back and forth. We can't make a decision. We're a noob. What day is it? What game are we playing? How do you play this game? Is it like footies? Jax jumps on Soraka. He's going to get slowed, and we're going to chase him down here. Where's the spin to win? Here it comes. Oh, you get exhausted, but he spin to win anyways. This is not a good situation. They're easily going to get to the tower. We're going to have to back up there.
No, not a good situation. Very fortunate for Jax that Vlad showed up right then and there, because obviously in a 3v1 situation, he would be in dire straits.
I would say even more fortunate the fact that we were running around back here, back and forth, before with not really sure what we were supposed to do, and we were way out of position when Jax finally did jump.
Well, also very fortunate for him, what I think we were doing was patrolling over here so that the local populace would feel safe and divulge information to us when our spies came along looking for insurgents.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's what we were doing, and now we're invading their jungle, running around, and Annie's got her stun up, and here, oh, this is unfortunate for Akali, boom, boom, and that's the end of that. QO is going to be QQing all day long after that one. That one was terrible.
And bringing a smile to my face, that kill gives me a killing spree. It is always nice to drop somebody and have it pop up on your screen, your name is on a killing spree.
Well, especially after our ally kept yelling at you for picking Garen and telling you that he was useless.
Well, exactly. More importantly, even better than getting on a killing spree, is throwing it in somebody's grill. Anything for spite. Anything.
Oh, it is the strongest motivator in the world.
I think at some points it might be my only motivator. I'm not sure that's totally healthy, but...
what you gonna do, right?
Health is for hippies.
Health is for hippies. I couldn't agree more. As we split up from the dragon, 3 of us go to farm this minion lane down below. Nicely done. I end up running around, not sure what I'm doing. I think I'm just going to go kill, steal their golem. Cannot do it. You and Annie, I missed it. I missed the Tibbers drop. I like this Annie skin a lot. The prom queen Annie.
Yeah, the prom queen Annie I do like, although I feel like it's got sort of a pedo bear feel to it, and... Yeah. I don't want to like it too much publicly because I don't want to end up on To Catch a Predator. So
no, I got you. The Annie part of the skin is not so great as the Tibbers part with the vest and hat.
Yes, it is always nice to see a giant flaming bear in formal attire.
Personally, I think hats and vests should come back. Men should wear hats all the time.
We should bring it back. FTW broadcasting viewers, help us bring it back. In fact, if you want to support us, send us a hat and vest. I will gladly give you my hat and vest size and take a picture of myself wearing any...
Here comes Olaf. Unfortunately for Olaf, he is unaware that there was a ward there, and bam, slowed, making it rain, stun, and that's the end of him. Wards wins games, people. If you're at if you're low levels of this game, buy some wards. You're at home, you got like 100 gold left, buy a ward. Trust me.
No, this is 100% true. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that just buying wards is not enough. You will also have to, at some point, put them down. I don't know how many times I've seen my allies run around with 2 or 3 wards in their inventory that they just never put anywhere. A ward put in the middle of your own jungle is better than a ward in your inventory.
That's true. Now, in all fairness, we have our Soraka here. She's got 2 wards in her inventory. She hasn't put them down. The side of this map is pretty warded up, though, so you don't want to waste them. Like, putting a ward right beside another ward is a bit of a waste. And if you are in a situation where you are losing the game and you are scared to go anywhere, don't go into the enemy jungle just to place a ward by yourself. Stick with your team.
No, that's very true, and that's a very commonly made mistake. I commonly make this mistake. I like to run off by myself. Annie and I, realistically, only knowing where 2 of our opponents are, us running around back here in this jungle, is not that great of an idea. Anything could happen. Yeah, one of them is down. We did just take down that Olaf.
No, when you run into Annie face checks that bush and finds Nocturne. I'm sorry to interrupt you like that. Drops Tibbers on him, and then you go right on Olaf. Oh, here comes Jax, unfortunately, but Olaf just gets torn up by Annie, and then Jax is gonna have to flash away. So yes, and a lucky stun there, maybe not a lucky stun, but a fortuitous stun there as Jax also goes down. Yes, obviously you shouldn't be running around, but 21-2, multiple towers to no towers. The game is pretty well sewn up. So in that case, but against really good players, you definitely don't want to give any kind of advantage. You see the surrender vote going down. You can surrender as soon as it's 20 minutes into the game, and they decide to. Laugh out loud, GG, well played. I can never tell if anyone online is being serious or not. Do you have that problem?
I do have that problem. The thing about this game, he says well played, and even though somehow we managed to roll them, it really wasn't that well played. We just didn't, I don't know,
We made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. We were bad and they were worse. It was not well played. It was less badly played, which I think is a subtle but important distinction.
LBD. Or what is it?
LG,
less badly played. LBP.
LBP, yeah.
We can't even terribly spelled over here. FTW, right? I know that. That I can spell.
TFW, is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's put this off before we lose subscribers. I hope you enjoyed it. You're gonna see if you want to see more noob LOL play. Let us know in the comments. Obviously, we've got the TROLLCAST, we've got GoSuCast, we've got more fun or not. I've got more solo fun or nots coming up. The Dr. King of Town is going to be joining me on some new fun or nots coming up. I hope you all enjoy it. Click the center of the heart and subscribe. I will do a sick dance, and you want to see that video. 10,000 subscribers. Let's go. We're almost there, halfway there. All right. We'll see you in our next cast.